So, what you must have studied, you must have be aware of the various deposition methods used for 3D metal printing, 3D printing for polymers. For example, stereolithography and selective laser sintering. So, the method that we are going to use here is fused deposition modeling. So in this method, what happens that the wire spool of the polymer, it is fed into the into a nozzle, and there it is fused and melted due to heat, and then deposited over the base plate and over a minimum thickness, layer thickness. And once it is deposited, then it is moved the same layer thickness. It is moved down by the same layer thickness, and again the same process is repeated layer by layer, and by this method the structure is printed. So as you can see in this diagram, so one by one, layer by layer, it would be printed, and currently it is printing at this layer. So once it is printed, so it would be moved down by the same layer thickness. Suppose it is zero point 0.1 mm, so it would be moved by this blade would move down by zero point 0.1 mm, and accordingly the spool will move. So like this only, this fused deposition modeling works. And for the advantages of fused deposition modeling is that you can here you can direct simultaneously print the support as well as the build material. What happens in other thing is that suppose in stereolithography, since it is printed upside and down, so layer by layer when it is printed, so first you have to print the support material, then the build material would be printed. But here you can if you have two nozzles, you can simultaneously print the support and the build material. So this is one of the advantages of fused deposition modeling. And since it is actually fusing, that means melting and then hardening after that. So the structural integrity is better than the other processes. So this is the actual Stratasys F270 printer that we have here, and the in this image you can see the printer, and later we'll be showing it the live demo of the same also. So some technical specification for the same. The build size for this is 305 by 254 by 205 mm. That means 12 by 10 by 12 inches. And the layer thickness that we have here is the minimum layer thickness that we can go for is 0.127 mm, and the maximum layer thickness is 0.33 mm. So in between these two more layer thicknesses are there, 0.178 and 0.247, So only these four layer thicknesses are available for this particular printer. So if we go for the minimum layer thickness, then the accuracy and the surface finish would be high. But if we go for the higher surface finish, a higher layer thickness, then the time taken would be less, but the surface finish would be not so good, and accuracy may not be perfect. Okay, so here it is saying that the tolerance for the printed part is plus minus zero point 0.2 mm, which is very low as compared to the other manufacturing processes. So what we are going to use here is we are going to use the GraphCAD print software for integrating the 3D printer to our desktop. So what happens here that the advantage of using this GraphCAD print software is you can directly feed CAD file into it, and it would automatically convert it into STL file. You don't need to tessellate it separately. It would save time, as well as you can just create the CAD model. Once you're done with the CAD model, just feed it inside the software. Rest the software would do, and everything is automated inside it. You don't need to orient it, you don't need to arrange it. Everything the software would do. So that also we will see that how to use the software to what would you say, to generate the parts, and how to import it, how to arrange it, how to scale it also. Depends upon the scaling and the layer thickness, we can estimate the time before and also that how much time it would take. Finally, once we are done with the what do you say once we are done with the printing, now some support material would be there with the total printed part. So we have to remove the support material and take the build material only. That's our finished product. So sometimes we can manually remove that thing, but sometimes it is so intricate and so delicate that if we try to remove it manually, it may damage the actual workpiece. So what we do, we have a wave wash tank here in our facility, and but it has an alcohol solution inside it. So we can dip it inside and heat it for a particular time, so that what happens that the support material, the its temperature, melting temperature is less than the build material. So when we heat it, the support material dissolves inside the solution, and the build material, it remains as it is. So it can remove the support material without damaging the build part. So that also we will see that how to operate that. And finally, we can see some what are the different components that may be produced from this rapid prototyping. Suppose we can use the biomedical parts. We can create this prototype of the skull. In injection molding, example has been shown here. In automated parts, suppose the parts which do not require much structural integrity, that may be easily produced on mass scale using this 3D printing. And very small, intricate, fine detailing. Suppose, for example, in printed circuit boards, that may be created using this technology. Flexible piping and various mechanical parts where which has to only support the actual parts that doesn't require any much structural integrity, that may be used. Okay, so that's all for the background theory part. Now we can move on to the actual software that we have here. So now I'm going to present the actual software that we have here. Yeah, yeah. So this is how the GraphCAD software, the interface of it looks like. As you can see, there it is showing a build plate diagram, and upon it, where the workpiece, the final build piece would be placed, where it should be placed, it can show us. So once we have opened this GraphCAD software, now we can go for add models, and from our device we can upload any model. For example, I'm going to import this gear CAD model that I already have with myself. So it is saying that it has been imported. Now, as we can see, it has imported the model, but it is very small. So it would take very much time to, it would be very small, so it won't be of much use. So what I can do, I can scale it up. But before that, you can see that it is showing some errors. That model has some errors, and it is very small. As I told, it is showing you that model is very small and has some errors. So it may be because of the compatibility in which software it has been made. So that also we don't need to worry about. The software will automatically fix those errors. You can click here. It is showing that, and in the analysis mode, it is showing repair all models. So we can click on repair all models. So it would successfully repair it. Now it is showing only one thing, that it is very small. So here we can see scale. We can go for scaling, and right now it is showing the full size 100%. Now I have checked the uniform scaling. That means if I change the x y to 100%, so it would the y and z would also be changed by 200%, since it is uniform scaling. But still it is showing model is very small. So we can try 500%. Now the error has gone, and I think this print may be formed. Now other things are also there. For example, if I go here, it is showing that the model units, it is in mm. So we want in mm only, so we will leave it as it is. So now here it is showing the tray setting. So here the model material, here now, right now we are in our facility, we are using ABS material only. So ABS material, we will leave it as it is. Now in that it is asking for the slice height. So what the slice height means, what is the layer thickness? So as I have shown earlier, we have four layer thicknesses, different layer thicknesses. So this is 0.005 inches. This is 0.007 inches, 0.01 inch, and 0.013 inch. So this is the minimum and this is the maximum. So what we will do, for the time, if I take the minimum, then the surface finish would be fine, very good, but it would take much time. So in order to save time right now and for demonstration purpose only, I will take the maximum layer thickness. So the surface finish would not be so good, but it would take less time. And rest everything, it is default. We can leave it as it is. And the build, and now the model settings. Now it is showing how the body should be there. So now when it is infilling the layer, so how should it fill? Here it is showing sparse. That means when we have to, it is best suited for further reducing the density, and structural integrity is not a prime concern. So for demonstration purpose only, this setting is very good. So we can select this. The second one is sparse double dense. It is a little bit more dense, and but structural integrity is still low only. The hexagram setting is, it is the best balance between the material uses and the structural integrity. The fourth one is sparse high density. It is used for high structural integrity when solid infill may cause build issues. That means it needs to be some porous, but at the same time, the structural integrity should also not be compromised. And the final one is solid. It would leave no porousness, just fully fill all the parts, all the holes. Just. So for the time being, we are going to use the sparse infill style. And rest are the default settings. We can leave it as it is because they are already optimized. Now the support material setting. Here it is saying that support style is smart. So in the smart setting, what it is there, it automatically takes which type of support material is the best suited for the given component. So we can manually can also choose, but since it can automatically detect, we will select on smart support style. And rest everything again is default for smart style. And this one is stabilizer. When we are building very big component with overhanging structures and kind of thing, then we need stabilizers. But right now we are not needing any stabilizer because it is very small component compared to any other big component that we may build. And now again the anchors are needed when we need to hold it tightly to the base plate. When we are building very heavy component, then we would be needing some anchors, but right now anchor is not needed. So again we move forward. Now it is showing arrange. So if we are building more than one component, then we would be needing the arrange option. So what it is saying, to optimize and arrange the tray. So if I click on arrange this tray, it would automatically set on the best possible location in the tray so that the nozzle has to move the minimum distance, and also the two components are safely spaced apart so that they don't get mixed during the printing. So it would automatically detect the best possible configuration and arrange it accordingly. We don't have to do anything. And the last one we have already done, scaling. And okay. So once we are done with this, we go to the printer selection. We type here the IP address of the printer and then select it. Since we are already connected to the printer, it is showing status is F270 and we have already connected to this printer. We'll select it, close it, and here it is showing the estimate button. So we click on estimate and see how much time it would take. 6 minutes. Okay. So this material will take 6 minutes, around 6 minutes. So we can give the print command and see how it is printing. Okay. So here we can that in this printer, this is the complete printer as I've shown earlier also. So here we can see that in the queue it has given this. It is showing the gear option. So this gear component, it is showing in the print queue. So we can give this print command. It is showing the position in the build tray, and we can give the print command. Now we will see how it is actually printing. So here it is showing the actual time it is showing for printing. It is showing estimated time 8 minutes. Now it has started. Now it is raising the plate to the top. As soon as the first layer would be it would move one layer, then again. go on. As we studied in the fuse deposition method, it would the plate would keep moving downwards until required height is needed. Okay. So once it is done heating and printing, it would be completed. So total time it is showing 19 minutes. So for the meantime, we can see the wave wash tank that we were talking about earlier. So this is the wave wash tank that is used for the post processing of the printed parts. So inside here we can see it is the alcohol solution, and in this we can keep the printed component. And if when we close it, and here there are the different so here we can see there are the different temperature limits. So 50 degrees Celsius, 60, 70, 85, and we can also set the timing for that. So if we set the timing and set the temperature, then for that time it would heat at that temperature, and the support material would be dissolved in. So this is the one of the printed components, the gear components that we have printed earlier. So this is how the final printed product would look like, and it has been cleaned in this wave wash tank only. So here we can see that after heating, it would take 16 minutes. So it is heated for heating. It would take 16 minutes, and after that, 6 minutes it would take for the final printing. So till okay, yeah, till that time. After that, what we will do, we will take this plate out, and again, as we saw earlier, that we will use this spatula to remove this component from this base plate, and then we will place this component inside this wave wash tank and clean it. And once the component, the support material has been removed, we will get this final product. And up till then, we would see how it is actually printing. And in the meantime, if you have any doubts, you can ask, so that till then the printing would go on. Please, anyone. So now still 11 minutes it is showing. So total after 11 minutes, it would take 6 minutes to print. Then after 11 minutes, we can see how it is actually printing.
Shubham Murari, sir.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yeah. So it is showing total 8 minutes. So in 2 minutes, it would start printing. Then we can see live how it is actually printing. Actually, it was taking time for heating and stabilizing. It takes time initially. So after that, the actual printing would carry on. So actually, it is one of the limitations of the 3D printing that it takes very much time for printing. So the accuracy and the ease is one of the advantages, but the time taken, it is very high. So preparing and heating, it is very high. So this process is not suitable for mass production actually. That's why it is known as rapid prototyping, not mass production. So one product we can produce which is of very high accuracy, and based upon that, the other models will be created by, suppose, by molding, cast we can create. Or I think we can see that it has started printing. So you must be able to see that it has started printing, and in the right hand side it is printing a separate thing, and on the left hand side the actual build material is printing. So the right hand side component is printing. It is actually called known as purge material. So what it does, because these kind of machine, these focus more upon the what do you say? These focus more upon the quality control as compared to the actual the material saving. So what happens? It first prints the purge material, and after that it prints the actual component. So first it prints the purge material, inspect whether the quality is good or not. So if the quality of the print is good, then only it prints the actual material. So this ensures that the final quality of the printed material, it is good. So we have paused the printing process for the time being, so that because it will take too much time to print. So we can see that this is how the actual print. This is how it prints layer by layer. So you can see on the right hand side the purge material is there, and on the left hand side the actual build is there. So it is printed up to, I think, how many layers it is printed? Around yeah, around for 4 5 layers it has printed, and like this it would look like, and it would keep on printing up to 52 layers. So this is the actual process of printing of the polymer, and yeah, we also saw how the purge material is used to ensure the quality is utmost. And okay, so this was how the printing 3D printing goes on in this Stratasys F20 printer. So any questions regarding this? And this is how the final build material would look like. So for the of this material only, it has printed up to this up to 5 4 layers only. Up to suppose this layer, up to this layer only it has printed. So any questions regarding this?
Hello, sir. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Dr. Zahir from Hyderabad.
Yes.
Sir,
Yeah. Yeah.
can we
Good
print
morning.
the
Good afternoon, sir.
pancreas itself?
Pardon?
Sir, can we print the pancreas?
Pancreas. Yeah. Organ printing it is possible. Just we need to have the CAD model. If we can prepare the CAD model, then we can print it for the proper size. It is possible.
Okay.
In
Second thing,
fact, the biggest application of 3D printing is for biomedical only.
yes. Secondly, that is not the question is not related to your lecture. Once upon a time, before 2 months, I was attended a lecture regarding the this 3D printing. So that doctor told me regarding that then we can develop the teeth itself. New teeth can be developed. As we heard before,
Yes, yes.
then the teeth is only for two times. So after two times, then we have to use the artificial tooth. But that pass a message, and now the technology is like this. Then we have started the material and put the material in the root, and that will be developed. So how they stop that one like that?
Yeah, so what we can do, yeah, the teeth developing is also possible. Actually, suppose when we do the root canal and remove the teeth, actually, if we can do, so what the doctors usually do, they put some liquid material in the root and they let it solidify and they remove it. So they get the mold of the what kind of mold is required for the root, and then they can the 3D scanner is are there nowadays. So once they scan it, I can directly prepare a CAD model by just scanning the actual 3D mold and create a mold for that. So once we have the CAD model, then again we can feed it inside the software and we can get the final printed product from this printer.
My confusion developed after 2 days. So that professor was not available. My confusion is first of all, this is natural phenomena. The teeth will be start and what is a certain hand dimension, and it will stop automatically. So is it possible for artificial itself? Okay, okay, thank you.
Actually, I'm not able to get the question. Are you asking the for the dimensions that what dimension of the teeth can we print?
No, the doctor passed that message, then that will develop naturally. That with the help of 3D printing, that will develop the
It would
teeth, new
develop
teeth
naturally.
naturally.
Naturally,
So
I don't think that is
my
possible.
confusion developed. No, my confusion developed. How they stop the how they stop after the final dimension? What is that? Because
Okay,
that
I don't think I've heard about that then naturally, because
okay.
we can print it inside the printer and then place it inside the patient's mouth. It's not possible to print inside the mouth only.
Okay, okay, thank you.
Okay, so I think Mr. Brijmohan Sharma is asking that can we print a titanium alloy tooth in our facility, and what is the cost of printing one piece? Yeah, so actually, yeah, this comes under the 3D metal printing part, and yes, 3D metal printing is also available in our facility, and with this material also we can print it. So we have recently inaugurated this facility, and still the test runs are going, and we are what do you say? We are still optimizing this process. So once we have started this process, we have optimized all things. Then we can print this teeth. And for and costing also we will roll out once we are assured that the printing is flawless. Because right now when we are running the test runs, some what do you say, some flaws are coming in the support material, so the it is getting damaged. So once it is done, we will let you know. But yes, it is possible. This material is possible to print our facility.